Let me tell you a story about the League of Legends duck and why I love it so much. And it starts with low poly art. I'm here, you're here, and I'm Little Wisp. And today I want to talk about why I think poly art is underrated. An art style that was used in so many of the games we grew up playing, like Spyro, Zelda, Tomb Raider, and countless others. And let me tell you, I absolutely love this art style. There's just something about those simple blocky visuals that feel so soft, almost cozy, and they remind me of the joy I felt when playing those games as a kid. And despite of how far we've come with technology, allowing for incredibly realistic graphics, I still find myself drawn to the charm and warmth of this forgotten art style. Let me take you back to the 90s, a golden era for games like Zelda, Doom, and Half-Life. Back then, artists didn't have the luxuries we see in game development today. Hardware limitations were a real thing, and developers had to work within strict Polygon budgets to make games run smoothly on consoles like the original PlayStation. But instead of seeing it as a restriction, many developers saw it as an opportunity to get creative. One of the best examples of this creativity is Spyro the Dragon. The original trilogy was made with low poly models, because the PlayStation simply couldn't handle high amounts of detail. And yet, despite those limitations, the designers created incredibly memorable and charming characters. Spyro, with his blocky but cute look, has become one of the most iconic characters in gaming history. The development team at Insomniac Games discussed how they had to work with these polygon limits, but still managed to create dynamic, colorful environments. Rather than seeing the limitations as a drawback, they use bold colors and simple shapes to capture the player's imagination, making Spyro's world feel alive without relying on high realism. In an interview with Shack News, Insomniac developers explained how the PlayStation's technical limitations influenced the development of the first Spyro game. Since the first PlayStation console couldn't handle large detailed textures, they opted for a bright, cartoonish aesthetic. This gave the game's unique visual identity and made it one of the most iconic games in video game history. But the art of low poly hasn't been forgotten. Many modern indie games such as Superhot and Untitled Goose Game use low poly art intentionally to recapture that sense of simplicity and focus on gameplay. And I absolutely love this. It really reflects how early developers, even with their technical limitations, were able to create a lasting art style that still has impact on the game industry to this day. For me, low poly art isn't just about nostalgia, though it definitely has a soft spot in my heart for that reason. I love it because it doesn't just focus on looks, but rather on creativity and fun in the game. Low poly art has the unique ability to visualize ideas without being weighed down by too much detail. As a kid, I didn't give a fuck whether my game looked pretty or not. Hell, I was having a blast regardless, even if it sometimes looked a bit funky. And that's what I feel a lot of recent games are missing. Now it's all about making the prettiest games out there, with the best graphics, and if you can play it on the highest end consoles and gaming PCs. And because of this, a lot of games feel a bit bland nowadays. Low poly art is really accessible for any creator. It allows even less experienced artists to focus on the bigger picture of what they want to create, without being weighed down by excessive details. You can visualize something quickly, which makes it great for prototyping and experimentation. This can help you optimize your game as a whole. Not just make a pretty game, but an actual game that is fun and memorable. Yes, high resolution graphics and models will always be impressive, but low poly art will always hold a special place in my heart. It's a style that emerged out of necessity, but became timeless because of its creativity. And this is why I love the League of Legends duck. Okay, that was this video. Thank you so much for watching. I was a bit sick as I was recording this. I think you can hear it in my voice. You have no idea how many takes This talk, it's insane. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I always respond to comments. So let's talk about stuff we both enjoy. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.